puntahan po natin yung pangatlong tema po ninyo, no? Yung pagsiservisyo, yung paglilingkod. Ang ginamit ninyo example dito ay yung, actually dalawa, no? Yung drug war, ng nakaraang administrasyon, at sa current administration, yung PhilHealth. Okay. Can you talk about those po?
Well, because I started off that section by saying, hindi pwedeng pumili kung ano excellent service. Sabi ko, okay, gusto mo maglingkod, pero hindi ka naman nag-aaral, hindi ka handa, or makitid yung pag-iisip, then ginamit ko halimbawa yung drug war. Okay, may problema sa, tingin mo, may problema sa drug, o ano yung solusyon, o tokhang, patayin ang mga sinasabi nilang addict, karamihan sa mga ito, maliliit na tao. Okay? So, yun ang solusyon. Tapos, ano yung justification? Well, sabi nila, nanlaban naman. So, in other words, yung kasalanan ng mga pinatay, yung kanilang pagkamatay, which is talagang grabing malutot na pag-iisip. Then, ganun din sa PhilHealth. Yun ang sabi, na-discover ng pamahalaan na marami palang savings, marami palang pondo ang PhilHealth. So, ang ginawa nila, siniro out yung, hindi nila binigyan ng budget, tapos, yung 90 billion, gusto nilang kunin, dadalhin nila sa National Treasury, bukod sa 60 billion na kinuha na nila. Pero sabi ko, kung nag-aaral ka, gusto mo maglingkod, hindi ba ang logical na hakbang ay una, tiyakin na yung pera ng PhilHealth ay ginagamit para sa kalusugan ng tao. Dapat palawakin pa, dagdagan ang mga serbisyong pangkalusugan para magamit yung pera. Nandiyan pala. No? Bakit tinitipid? Ang daming nangangailangan tuwing may sakit. Ang daming nangangailangan. Tinitipid pa, binibigay pa sa treasury. And of course, most of all, please remove from positions heads of office who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Hindi nila kayang tapuparin ang trabaho nila. Ano po ginagawa nila? Pero hindi yan ang lutas eh. Ang lutas is zero out yung budget, kunin yung pera, dalhin sa National Treasury. So, may problema. Anong klaseng solusyon? Yun ang sinasabi ko na kung nag-aaral, kaya kailangan may excellence. Hindi lang pwedeng, oh, I'm here, I want to serve. Everybody can say that, I want to serve. Pero how? Aral ka ba? Logical ba yung ginagawa mo? May basehan ba? Tingnan mo ba yung iba't ibang mga options kung alin dito ang the best? Hindi. Ano ba yan? Diba?
Actually, totoo lahat ng sinasabi niya. Napakaganda rin ng pagpapaliwanag niyo. Pero bottom line dyan, walang common sense yung decision making in many respects.
Talaga mababaliw ka. But I'm not saying this because I'm giving up. Kung nagiging up ako, hindi ako magsasalita sa mga kabataan. Because Christian, that's one of the, not only one, I've received quite a few comments that have said, oh, Maris, ang ganda, congratulations. Pero parang, not naman saying you're wasting your time, pero ang sabing manhid, ang kakapal ng mga mukha ng mga yan, hindi naman yan makikinig, ganyan-ganyan. And actually, I didn't give the graduation speech to congressmen or senators or people in the executive or in the courts. I was addressing young people.
Yeah.
People who are about to join our society as in work, entering a different level of their lives. Mahalaga sila. Nakita na natin yan sa huling halalan. Importante sila. Ang laki ng maaambag nila. Kung gusto natin talagang magkaroon ng pagbabago. At wala na tayong kumpiyansa sa mga nanunungkulan o sa mga kung sino man sila. It's the young people. I've been a teacher all my life, 50 years. That's the only way to do it. Kaya and that's what I want to tell people who are frustrated. No, I was addressing the graduates, and alam kong they can do a lot. They have the power to do good. Kaya if you look at the end of my speech, I really talked about the sense of humanity. Na yun ang talagang importante, no?
Meron din portion dito, meron kayo binanggit tungkol sa confidence of the incompetent, no? Yung parang
Yeah.
kakulangan sa awareness. Ito, sigurado ako marami dapat tamaan dito. Pero minsan ang problema pag yung mga pedantic o yung talagang deluded sa kanilang supposed intelligence, hindi tatablan ng ganitong message eh. Pero sana tablan, no? Basahin ko lang po yung portion na binanggit ninyo. Sabi nyo rito ay, without self-awareness, yung mga pedantic sana tamaan. Tsaka yung mga narcissistic. Without self-awareness, the result would be blind judgment at one end, resulting in patent unfairness, or at the other, what is called the confidence of the incompetent, referring to people who believe they are smart when they aren't, or think they know what they are doing when they don't, and even show off about it. Letting persons like that run our country, our workplaces, and our lives is a dangerous thing. Yan. Bakit pinasok niya yan? Medyo nakakatakot kasi yan eh. Pero tamang-tama, no? I definitely agree.
You know,
Why did you include that?
it was a study done by Cornell. I didn't talk about it in my speech anymore. But several years ago, there was a study done by Cornell University of their own students, undergraduate. No? And they tested the students. How do they rate their own performance sa test in grammar, logic, and humor? Humor, sinama nila, the ability to get the joke. Okay? So, ito yung actual score mo. No? Tapos, pero ang tanong sa estudyantes, how do you think you scored? You know, for a large number, for those who scored in the 12 percentile, the low percentile, you know what they thought they scored? 60%. So, ang laki ng agwat. They scored very low, but believed they did much, much better. So, wala talagang self-awareness. So, there's a journalist who called that, oh, that's the confidence of the incompetent. But I didn't want to make my speech so long. But there is that is based on a study that was done by Cornell University. So and we see that. I gave an example in my speech. Yung isang senador na upset siya. Bakit daw nung time ni VP Lenny, walang nagrereklamo tungkol sa confidential funds, samantalang dito sa kasalukuyang VP, ang daming mga reklamo. Aba, syempre naman, kasi si VP Lenny walang confidential fund. Hello.
Mali example yan.
Oo, tapos that same senator, ano ba, pinopromote niya yung AI, fake video, kasi gusto daw niya yung fake message. Oh my Lord, hindi pwede.
Ang frustrating dyan, Prof, miski paliwanag mo lahat po yan, hindi nila magigets.
Never mind sila. Pero ang audience mo, mga graduates, at ang mga magulang nila, kung hindi nakausap yung mga yan, siguro give up na tayo. Dahil wala, they won't. But I'm not giving up on our graduates. I'm not giving up on our young people. And I know they can influence their parents, their friends, their workmates. I know that. So, I'm not giving up.
Ito po, Prof, as a last point, itong ganda-ganda, kasi first time kong madinig itong solution that you proposed and how eloquently it was articulated. Ang ganda-ganda, sa totoo lang po, Okay, pag-usapan natin yung problema po ng fake news, yung ng disinformation. Basahin ko lang po yung portion ng speech niyo. Sabi niyo, ang isa sa mga viewers natin, napakalaking problema talaga ng confirmation bias. Okay? We tend to gravitate toward information that tend to support, accentuate, ano ba mga term dyan, reinforce our perceptions of things, di ba? Okay, so problema confirmation bias. Okay, ang binanggit dito ni Prof. Maris Diokno is, it is difficult to remove confirmation bias because as you can see, it isn't rational. Swak na swak. You can't argue with it. The solution lies in self-awareness or the ability to understand one's own thoughts, feelings, motives, and actions. Ito yung pinaka-importante sa tingin ko po, and how these affect others. This is not a mere exercise of self-reflection for the sake of feeling good. It is about knowing how our thoughts and actions could affect others. Ang ganda-ganda, po, kayo yung napaka-eloquent dyan. Paki-explain po yan.
Well, here I'm very much influenced by my own discipline of history. Kasi if I may, when we write in history, kami lang naman ang pumupunta sa archives. Kami lang naman ang nakakabasa ng mga primary sources. And you just take our word for it, di ba? When you read our story, when you read our accounts, you take our word for it. So, how do you know that what we're saying is true? What do? Well, we tell you where we got them. I got them from this archive. I got them from here. Will you actually read it? Maybe yes, maybe not. Most likely not. Okay?
Mm.
But knowing that, the historian has to carry I would not call it the burden, the responsibility of being self-aware. In other words, pag magre-research ako, hindi ko pwedeng piliin lang yung mga sources na gusto ko, sources na type ko, sources na siguro I agree with the one who wrote it. In fact, the rigor of the discipline, the historical method, requires the historian to consult contrary evidence. Yung evidence na hindi nagtutugma sa sarili mong paningin, you have to read it. At the very least, para masagot mo. Kung hindi mo masagot, then you have to revise your own argument, your own thinking. So pag magre-research kami, magtatanong kami, hindi kami pwedeng magtanong ng question that will lead to the only answer we want. That's fraud. That's what I say. That's intellectual fraud. So that applies in life, in everything that we do. No? We have to be self-aware. Itong action na gagawin ko, ano ang maaring maging epekto nito sa aking pamilya, sa aking katrabaho, no? Or in terms of larger society, ano ang maaaring maging epekto nito? You have to be aware kasi in the end, who has to you will make that decision eh. So dapat aware ka. If you do it badly, then you will get an uproar from citizens like what you're getting now. Kasi ang dami talagang nagsasalita ngayon, when my friends keep saying, Maris, grabe, nag-viral yung speech mo ganyan. I don't think it's right. I don't really think like you think it's because the speech is great. I think, Ian, that people are either angry or deeply dissatisfied. So when they hear something like what I said, parang I'm saying what they think.
Yeah.
I'm saying what's in their heart na hindi nila na-articulate. Kaya share. Lahat ng chat group, lahat. I don't think it's because, I know you've praised the speech or praised me, but I think it's more because the people, our people, are not happy with the current situation. So pag nababasa nila o nakikita nila may nagsasalita ng ganito, it resonates kasi yun na yun ang nasa kaisipan nila, yun na yun ang nasa puso nila eh. That's exactly how I feel, Nancy. It's exactly what you're thinking. And that to me is what explains why this has spread. That's how I understand. I see it. Because if it doesn't resonate, wala namang mamamansin eh.
Yeah.
Why would people even bother? So when they say, "Oh, you put it so well," actually, maybe I was speaking for not just me. I think Ian, I was also speaking for you, and maybe for many. Whatever euphoria we experienced in May, it cannot end there eh. Because everyone you talk to, or I don't know, maybe or those people who shared it, I don't know those million people, I don't know them, okay? But what are they feeling? They're probably feeling exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think that for our people in the legislature who care about us citizens and the future of our country, they have to listen. They have to listen and tayo, like what you do in your show, talagang we have to speak out. Sabi nila, parang sabi ng isa, thank you, you were so brave and all. Brave, we went through martial law. Walang brave. We experienced martial law. We know what that means. And, when you experience something like that, you know what you're prepared to do. You cannot turn your back on it. Nasa, embedded na yan sa inner side.